Hey everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel ServiceNow by Veda Technologies. So, if you are new to this channel, subscribe and support us. And also for live sessions, you can contact us below mentioned number. Uh, till last videos, we had discussed the topics related to the client scripts, right? So today I had come up with the topic. Okay, in this video, we will try to understand in a simple way, in a short way, what are UI policies in ServiceNow? UI policies, user interface related policies. And also we'll try to understand performance considerations and use cases of policies related to UI policies, and also when to use UI policies and client scripts. Why client scripts topic is came, you will be getting understanding very soon. Okay, see here the requirements. Okay, the requirement is something like this. I had I had opened a form. Inside the form I had some fields, something like this. Okay, something like this. Here there is a category and it is a subcategory, and inside the subcategory I do have some choices. This is the choice field. For example, inside the choice field I do have some choices like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had 5 choices, for example. So based on the choice I am selecting, okay, based on the choice I am selecting, okay, from rest of the 5 fields should be activated or do something like mandatory or visible and read only. These activities can be performed by the UI policies. First point. But can we perform the UI, this kind of activities with any other topic? Yes, we can do. We can do. The field is mandatory with client scripts, client scripts, and also we can do the same thing. We can do same thing with dictionary, and we can do same thing with the dictionary override. Okay, and finally we can do it with UI policies. What I told, there is any form, okay, based on one condition in the choices or anything, I need one of the field is mandatory or visible or read only. You can do it with these two, and also from the form design you can perform these activities. Okay, what activities ma? Mandatory, read only, visible. These 3 activities can be performed by these all topics inside the ServiceNow. But UI policies having its own, significance. It will be perform these activities depends on the condition. Depends on the condition that we are writing or choosing, these activities can be performed. That is what the statement of UI policies. But here in the dictionary override or dictionary or form design level, you cannot do it. But in the client scripts you can do it. Depends on the condition, as we had seen in the last video related to the client scripts playlist. You can check out that, right? So using policies, as much as you are understanding very simple way, based on some condition of one field, based upon one condition of a field, of a field, and next the other field I wanted to be do some activity, something like mandatory, read only, or visible. That's what can be done by the UI policies. In the service now, whatever the activities or we are utilizing by the UI policies, those can be done by the client scripts also. So whatever the activities you are performing by the UI policies kind of mandatory, read only, and visible, these can be performed by the client scripts also with the help of the JavaScript. But here UI policy is having its own significance where it will be executed first, then client script in some of the situations, not all the situations. Remember, in some of the situations, in some of the situations, client script, more than client script, this UI policies will be executed. But when on load, on submit, on submit client script is there, at the moment, at the moment, at the moment, client script will be executed rather than UI policies, because this has the fast execution than UI policies in some condition. That's what I am saying. Okay, so that is why UI policies is having its own capability, and it is the inbuilt function, inbuilt functionality where you don't need to write any such of code. Okay, then you will be having some performance related issues even for everything if you write the code. Okay, and next, in the next few minutes, in next few minutes I will try to show you how do you create the UI policies. Okay, so as you did, or you are opening a client script, or you are navigating to the client script, or you are creating the client script, in the same way you will be creating the UI policies. For that, you can be able to go ahead from the navigator perspective, or you can go ahead with directly from the form. Whenever you are opening your form, from there you will be able to create your UI policies. For that, I will try to go to my form. I am opening the form. Okay, in the form, from form I can be able to create UI policies. Okay, for example, okay, for example, whenever my condition is something like this. Okay, whenever state is going to the in progress, then I want assignment group is mandatory. So you're understanding the statement here, you're understanding the requirement. I had the requirement where I am selecting user gets selected, state is in progress or anything. Okay, see here what are all the choices are there. On hold, if I select the on hold, okay, some client scripts are moving on there, ignore it. Okay, let me quickly turn off the client script for this so that you will get understand. Give me a moment. So I had turned off all the client scripts and the UI policies, so that page you can be able to easily understand. It is empty. There is nothing running in the backend related to client script and UI policies. So now I will try to explain it very clearly. Whenever the form is loaded, this is what correct. Whenever the form is loaded, this is the one, right? See here, I want to, whenever state is selecting the on hold, okay, whenever state is getting on hold, then on hold reason is should be mandatory and visible. For now let it be, for now let it be mandatory. Okay, if I select resolved, it should add me mandatory, Remember the requirement, whenever I am selecting state is on hold, then on hold reason should be mandatory. Can we do it by the UI policies? Yes, we can do it. Can we do it by the client scripts? Yes, we can do it. But what you do prefer? I prefer UI policies only. Remember. So let's see. For that, what you need to do? From here, you need to go to UI policies. So let's right click on. From two things you can go. From navigator you can go. From here, headers, and go to configure, and you will be having the list of topics here. I will go to UI policies. Okay. So I will say, and before that I wanted to be convey you something, where the all the UI policies, where all the UI policies will be stored, where in this table, sys underscore UI underscore policy. Okay, the list got opened here, and next go to new. I clicked on new. Okay, I clicked on new. So where the UI's policies scripts will be stored here, sys underscore UI underscore policy. If it is opening the list of them, dot list you will be seeing. Remember. So whenever it is opening all the UI policies list will be opening, then it would be dot of after this policy. But what is the table name where UI policies will be stored? Sys underscore UI underscore policy. Okay, the moment whenever I am the moment whenever I am opening a UI policy form, the automatically table gets selected, because I had came from the particular form, incident related form. From here, if you go here, table should be selected manually. Okay, incident you need to make sure it should be selected, and next active should be true, because we are writing it and we are going to be implemented it on the form level. Next to short description in mandatory. What is the short description? In the real time you will be writing quickly, you will be writing something like uh, whenever state gets changed to on hold, then on hold reason field should be mandatory. That you will be writing, because whenever someone joined in the organization, or whenever someone has joined or moved to that or project, no one will understand what is this related to. So that you will be writing the condition here, what requirement exactly. Okay, and next you see here, you will be having the different kind of conditions. When to apply, when to apply, when to apply, what is our requirement ma? Here you will be selecting the condition. What condition it is? Whenever state whenever state field is on hold, whenever state is on hold, then I need to do something. On hold reason is mandatory. That's what my requirement. How can I do it? I will select the condition here. Okay, and you just observe here, do you see anything inside the related list? Do you see anything here? You are not seeing it. So the moment whenever I am saving it, you will be seeing what you will be seeing here. You will be seeing something, you will get understand. Give me a moment, let me give the short description. Something like ABC I am giving for now, but you need to give the respective requirement. Okay, save it. See, the moment whenever I am saving it, you will be seeing some related list. What are they? These two you will be seeing here. Earlier you were not seeing this particular, you know, this particular list. Did you see? No, right? So the moment whenever you are selecting it, the moment whenever you are giving the condition and click on the save, not update. Okay, whenever you click on the save, you will be seeing two lists, related list. What are they? Here, this UI policy actions. Then what is UI policy actions? Whenever my condition is this, I want to perform one operation called mandatory. I want to perform some operation called mandatory. How can I go? How can I create mandatory action? So inside the UI policy, there are UI policy actions. So I will click on new. So whenever I click on new, it will be going through one of the table. What is the table ma? Sys underscore UI underscore policy underscore action. So inside this particular table, UI policy actions will be stored. Remember, every topic, every record, every event will be having its own table. That is one of the table. Okay, and come down. See here, I can be able to see three. What is this? Mandatory, visible, read only. So what is our requirement? Whenever the condition is state is on hold, then I want this mandatory field should be true. Come here and select true. So for this I am let it be alone because I don't need visibility true or false or read only false or true or something. So I don't want to perform any action on this visibility and read only. Okay, I want to perform the action and mandatory. For that I had selected the true. What field you wanted to be make mandatory, you will be selecting here. So see here, do you see anything? Do you see on hold reason? On hold reason, on hold reason. Yes, I want to perform mandatory action, UI policy action on hold reason field. So I will submit it. So inside the UI policy, there is a UI policy action is created. Now let's check it. Let's check it. For check, I will be taking the duplicate page and I will go to the new form. I will go to the new form and I will try to select on hold. See, now on hold reason became what? Mandatory. So this is how UI policies can be used. Okay, there are different kind of, you know, activities also you need to come up with from your end. Mandatory edit you can do read only and visible also from your end. Okay, and I will try to explain in the next video. Okay, clearly I will try to explain you what is script. Okay, what is script and what are all this, what is script, what is global, what is reverse if false, what is on hold and what is inherit. In next video we will try to discuss. Okay, thank you so much for your time.